Hi there, Virgo. Welcome to your end of January 2023 Tarot Update. It's Rena here. Oops. Uh, okay, I usually pick an additional card when there's a ambiguous card like a two of. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Alrighty then. Well, I can see two different scenarios. I always try to bring up both of them. So the heart of the matter is a Six of Swords. This is a card of choosing peace in your life and moving away from conflict. And there's this, it's funny because I don't know if you can see it, but there's another person with that individual who's rowing. So I always think of it as somebody going on their own, but in this depiction, it's not. But it can be just something like somebody who is relocating, going to a new place, especially if you feel like your current location isn't peaceful enough. I mean, that's just the most mundane interpretation, but it can also be in terms of relationships, like there's chaos or a lot of conflict in your relationship and you're just fed up. Same with work matters, that your work environment is just not very peaceful and you feel like it's very combative or too like competitive and it's just not for you. The past position is the Six of Cups. This is a very nostalgic card. This is connected to Cancer energy and it can involve some kind of sentimental feelings about the past or childhood when life was simpler. So that Six of Swords, I mean, you could even be going home. You know, wasn't there a book or there was a saying, you can't go home again? But some people decide sometimes to go to their hometown, to go where, you know, they grew up because there's a sense of continuity or there's like this, it feels right. It feels like it's back to the innocence because that's kind of what the Six of Cups can be too, that innocence in life that somehow got lost. The Six of Cups is a soulmate card. So the six, it's funny. Oh my gosh, I just realized all the cards on the top row are sixes. The number six is connected to Venus. So Venus represents harmony in life. And for the Six of Cups, it would be emotional harmony. But that is connected to the purity, you know, that we associate the innocence of childhood. And it's the card of soulmate. So with the Six of Swords, you may realize that you're not with the right person. So this leaving could be something that is connected to a relationship. And maybe there is somebody, because you know, as I record this, we're at the tail end of a Mercury retrograde. Maybe you heard from somebody from your past that is making you really rethink your current relationship. The higher message is the Six of Wands. So what this means as the bigger picture message is, you know, being deserving of, you know, praise. I mean, I was thinking of, this is about somebody who is taking their bow, who is, you know, being very who is taking pride in their accomplishments and maybe even receiving that praise. There's a word I'm looking for. Um, I even paused it because I was trying to think of the proper word because I have the moon in Virgo, so I'm like very anal about language. But anyway, I think you know what I mean. And being, recognized by others in a positive way. Now, Virgo is a sign that tends to um, be unassuming. I'm sure there are some of you Sun and Virgo people who have Mars and Leo, and you may kind of like, advertise how great you are. But in general, Virgo energy is very modest and humble. And because of that, people can easily take you for granted because you don't call attention to how efficient you are or how you're helping people so much in their life. And I'm even talking about a relationship. I'm not just talking about in the workplace, but this can be in either uh, area of life, as I previously stated. And it's like I think this card as a spiritual message is saying you are deserving of recognition. You are deserving of praise. This is not an ego demand. This is a soul reality, you could call it, where it's just part of what you are deserving of and what a harmonious workplace or relationship would already provide for you. So, yeah. What crosses you is the Page of Pentacles. We've been having Mercury retrograde, and I think that this might have some, pages can be messages. If you have been putting in offers at another job, we're going to see Mercury go direct on the 18th, but even then, it can take some time for it to get sorted out, get out of its shadow. And even, when you have the direct period, it can be a little screwy during the time it's still in its shadow period. But, it might be just talking about while Mercury has been retrograde that you have found it difficult to communicate, maybe with an old flame, because the timing isn't right. So don't fret. But if you are thinking of leaving or have left a situation, hopefully you have done so for its own merits and that you're not doing it because you're hoping that it is going to lead to something else, because sometimes people do that. They take these actions, but they're for the wrong reasons, and they're like always waiting for somebody to be there. Somebody's waiting in the wings, and that's not necessarily I think a lot of times that's not a good thing to do that. But I will say that if this is a job related thing, that sometimes it makes sense that you would have another job lined up if you don't have the resources to sustain you during a period where it's unknown what's going to happen. Beautiful card, what's coming in, the Wheel of Fortune, being aligned with your I would say your life as a whole, not just success. And yeah, this is really great because it, like that guy who's falling off the wheel, that guy is no longer on top. And sometimes we're on top of the wheel, sometimes we're like underneath it. And it is, kind of having its way with us. But this is talking about some kind of timing in your life. I'm trying to think astrologically how this can play out, but it's not really, I don't want to really talk about that necessarily, try to tie that in 100% because it might just be with you for other reasons. Oh my gosh. I live by the trains and sometimes I guess it's rush hour. So anyway, this can be really good for lucky. You're at the right place at the right time. That's why I say aligned. And so all of these things, it's like even leaving a situation can sometimes be very fortunate for you. So I did pick an additional card to this because the outcome was the Two of Swords. This is about making a choice in your life. The person is blindfolded, and I always point it out, and the moon even can represent deception. And what does that mean if the person's making a choice while blindfolded? Well, it could mean that they have a false choice. Perhaps that's what I'm saying. Like, if you are unhappy in a relationship and you are kind of glomming on to an ex, an old flame, as okay, this person's going to rescue me from my marriage, my committed partnership. That's not really the mentality and the choice point that we really want to make, because it's not coming from an empowered position. So I picked an additional card and I got the Star card, and that is connected to Aquarius, and it's also symbolic of faith and unseen forces. So sometimes you have to step out in faith, and you can't have everything guaranteed in advance. And so with that Two of Swords, that that might even be your own sense of not trusting your decision making and kind of like second guessing yourself. So the Star card is about hope that hasn't really manifested yet. That's where it begins. So anyway, that's what I have for you, Virgo. I hope that this resonated, and if you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.